Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is not a build video as usual. It is a walkthrough of my big meadows base. I have been building this for 6 months now. Yeah, 6 months. So this is kind of my main base. I've changed it a couple of times and I of course put some videos out as I've been improving it. So there is a video of my main house, there is a bit on my portal house, and there is one with my hen house. And of course one of the latest ones is when I made my crafting house. You can watch them all. I'll put them down in the description so you can have a look at those. This is my entryway. Now I just noticed that I have some exposed beams there, which shouldn't be there, so I should probably mend that, but I'm going to leave that for now. That's how things are. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so you can see when I upload videos. Let's get started with this. So going through here, it's quite messy outside. So I have my boathouse down here, which was built by my husband. I quite like it and I think it looks really cute from afar. It is a little bit messy out here. I have some very large walls all the way around actually. So I started off with a very small area. This was pretty flat. There were some trees in here and I'm going to put a video in here what it looked like. So this video is from when I was building my first main house, which I've now rebuilt in the plains. So you can watch that video if you click down below as well. It was very, I started to make it a little bit flatter. I'd started making the wall, but half of it was still just what was there. There were some small buildings, there was a couple of fences and lots of boars. Now this is what I have. It's built up, it's quite large and it's completely secure from any raids. Of course you can't get yawl raids or anything like that here in the meadows. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't get any yawl raids here in the meadows, so I don't really need to be too worried. The only thing I have to worry about is if I get a bat raid, because obviously they can get in pretty much anywhere, which is why I need to keep my animals, like my hens, safe. But let's go inside. So the first thing we get up to is this entryway. I really like it. I think it does its purpose. It keeps everything out, and of course with the slit in the stones down there, it keeps everything from crossing my little moat. We come into my arrival area, you could say. So this is what it looks like from down here. You can kind of see everything, but you don't have to kind of guide yourself all the way through. My entry house is quite simple. I think it looks really good, and you can walk up on both sides to the top. Now the top doesn't look very good because it's a little bit of a mismatch, but this is for protection more than anything else. So as you can see, it's a little bit, you know, funny looking at the top, but it is for protection. I can hit everything from up here. And of course I have a beautiful view of everything. As you can see, I have a little bit of a wolf infestation. They were all my pets, and of course I have a couple locked away as well, just in case. If we continue downstairs, you might ask me why I haven't repaired my stairs, because this blue line is usually like a copper color. It's because I actually think it looks really cool, so I just leave them like that. This is something that I haven't actually made a video of because it's quite a simple build and it doesn't look that great, but I really like it. I just think it suits the whole entryway with the large walls on each side. But let's continue on. So you come up the stairs and you come to my little pig house. Now I have a couple of 2-star boars in here. I don't use a lot of boar meat anymore, but I still think it's nice to have them here. So they're just walking around. They do also try to get out sometimes, and of course they're fully protected from bat raids. On this level we also have my portal house. I really like what I've done here with a little table and some lights, and oh, that's a forge. I should probably move that. It's a little bit of messy right now because I am working on something in another place, and this portal used to be upstairs, but when you're carrying lots of heavy stuff, especially if you're carrying them through other portals, it's just really handy to have it downstairs. So when I'm finished building, I will put it back upstairs. This is the upstairs. I don't really like the ceiling, but I had to do it like this because if I didn't, the ceiling would fall down and I wanted to be fully closed off at the top. But I do really like the views. You get some really nice views from up here, and you can't get on the ceiling, but who cares? Continuing on this level, I have made a little thing here as well that you can use, well, if you're getting raided. If I can't be bothered to go all the way up top there, or have something stuck all the way this way. Oh, that's a running deer. Hello. If something, for example, is stuck down on this side of the trench and I can't reach it from the main building, I can jump up here to get it. Continuing with my wolf infestation, I have one here and I have one up there apparently. I'm not quite sure how I got up there, but ingenuity defeats us all sometimes. In this build that I have uploaded on my channel as well, I just wanted to go for something that was nice and detailed but open, and I'm so happy with this build. This is my main crafting house, pretty much for all of my settlements in this game. I have everything I need here, but of course I have other places as well. I also up here have my black forge, which is very handy to have. Oh, here is another wolf. Hello. I told you I had a wolf infestation. Now we can go around this way at the back and go next to my main house. Now the only thing I want to change on this main house is that thing up there. It is where the smoke comes out from my big fire. To be completely honest, I built this house about 4 months ago. I haven't actually changed it since then. I have decorated it some more, but until this very moment I had forgotten that that was actually the top of the ceiling, and I'm probably going to have to change that, so please remind me. Coming around the corner here, we have a large open area. Now I was thinking of building like a big fire pit here, but I decided to do it on that level instead. So here is my newest thing in this base, which is my little fire pit, which again is full of wolves. I quite like the design on this. I didn't put up a video on this one because it's fairly simple, but as you can see it has a couple of different layers in the roof, and of course since the blackwood beams don't actually deteriorate with weather, I thought it was better to use those, so it's kind of like a crisscross pattern, and I have to say I think it looks pretty cool. And of course I have Odin there watching over as well. If you want me to do a quick video on this little build here, I can of course do that. Just drop me a comment down below. Over here is, I guess it looks like a little pagoda, but it is actually my wolf jail. So I have a couple of wolves hidden in here in case I get raided and some of my wolves get taken down, just so I have a couple safe, because all my wolves are 2 stars. Now I'll leave the big house until the end, although there is a video up on it already. I have my little farm here. I am kind of sad that I can't grow anything other than what's already planted here. I would have liked to grow some other things, for example the things that you're supposed to grow in the Mistlands, but hey ho, can't do much about that. Now here is my hen house. There is also a video on that, and that is actually my most viewed video on my channel, which makes me very happy. It's a very traditional Norwegian old style building, and I just absolutely love it to bits. Now let's go say hello to my chickens. Ta-da! Here's all my chickens. Whew. None of them got away. I don't really have a problem with them running away. I see a lot of people commenting that they have a problem with their chickens running away, but I can't say that I have a problem with that. I haven't once had one run out, other than one time when my husband pushed me out of the door and simultaneously pushed the chicken out the door. I love these little walkways that I've made. This whole area was quite unleveled. Obviously there was just little bumps and hills everywhere, but it was about on the same gradient as I've made these levels here, these 3-4 levels. And of course I have a large wall at the back because the ground at the back is much higher than it is where I'm standing currently. So this wall I made when I started this base. That was the first thing that I made. It took absolutely forever and a half, but it has served me well. It was important to me though that there wouldn't be a wall the entire way around, so obviously at the front I have a masonry wall, not a ground wall like this one, to make it look a bit more like it's actually part of an estate, like a castle, and not just a giant stone wall and the back. So it's only from just behind this house all the way around, and then there's a lower wall on the way down there. And of course down here there technically isn't one, but I've just built it up out of stone. Now for the main house we have the guest room down here. There is of course a video on this one as well, so do have a look at that. I really like this little room, and this is the only place that I have the Seeker trophies. I'm kinda into them, I think they're really cool, but it has everything you need if you have a visitor come around. A little bit of a kitchen and some decorations. Now let's go into the main house. This is the big house. It was the first big video that I put on my YouTube channel and you guys seemed to love it. So let's go inside. This is my grand entrance. Now I have a wolf living here, as you can see. She always stays inside, therefore I'm going to shut the doors before she goes out. So we have some wooden decorations here in the entrance hall. I did add these after the video that I did on this build, and of course I've added some other things as well. My grandest achievement in this game is this staircase right here where it splits off. This took me so many hours to get right and to get it even. I have of course noticed now that my little throne there is actually slightly off center, but you know, who cares. Let's go up to this side first. This side does not have a staircase downstairs because there is obviously a staircase on the outside. It is my main fire. I have my bubble bath, my grand table, and I haven't taken down the Christmas decorations yet because they're cute. Got my bed and my husband's bed when he comes over to, you know, help me out with something. And we have a little throne up here. I haven't done that much decoration since I did that video, but I think it works. It's a really nice, cozy area, and I've lifted up the beds as well so they look a bit bigger. Coming across, I always run across here. Let's have a seat for a second. This video is getting rather long. A little breath. Okay, let's continue. Now, we have of course my house wolf, and here is what the biggest change is. In my original video of this house there was pretty much nothing here. Now we have the big fire, we got some gear, of course some decorations, and the Christmas tree, although it is March. Whatever month it is, I really like this. We got kind of like a seating wall here. I feel like it would be like a wall seat. And of course the grand table as well. I haven't decorated that wall yet because, to be completely honest, I have no idea what to put there. And of course I've kept some of my Jacko turnip lanterns because I really like those. The last bit of this house is the kitchen downstairs. So we have the big fire up here with the big meat hooks should I need that. And then down here is the main kitchen. Now I got some big ovens here, and I got a small fire with a cooking pot. The storage arrangement down here is what I had originally. I built this house when I was still doing things in the swamp, and I didn't have all the building materials that I have this day. And to be honest, I'm going to leave them like this. It might look a little bit messy, but I like it. It's a bit nostalgic for me. So the things I've added since is of course this area right here with the ovens. I still have this poking bit. If you ever watched the other video, I couldn't figure out how to make this wall look nice. That is at the top of the staircase coming in from the entry hall. And I've just left it like that because, again, nostalgia. I did also install a door down here, so if I need something, I don't have to run through the entire house. It is now starting to get dark, and you've now seen my whole Meadows base. This is my biggest base, and it's where I spend most of my time, but of course I have started making my village, or like, I don't even know if I want to call it a village. It's like a Viking settlement in the plains as well, which will very likely be my point of operation for when we are going into the Ashlands, because it is quite far south on my map. I really, really love this base, and I do hope you like it as well. I do feel it's a little bit different, but I'm very fond of all the levels that I have created. It's not just on a hill, it's very nice and structured, but at the same time it's a bit fun, and everything in this kind of base village, if you want to call it that, is useful, and that is what is important to me. I don't want to build something in my bases that has absolutely no use. that was everything for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I've spent about 6 months building this, and some things may look a little bit old-fashioned, like the roof of my main house, for example, but it's also part of nostalgia because I've built this base up throughout my adventures in Valheim, and I think that's more important than swapping the roof, because I don't like thatched roofs. I do, really. They are kind of cute, but it works on this kind of building. And having a little bit of a diverse, like different types of buildings in this base takes me back to the older days when I was doing things in the swamp, or when I went into the mountains for the first time, which is right behind my base. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Next week there won't be a video because it is my 30th birthday, so if you really like this video, please write happy birthday or something like that in the comments, and I'll see you guys again the week after. Cheers guys, bye!